Hey everybody, it is Gayla Wick, Denver Love Coach. I want to tell you something before I actually get into the video today, and that is that I want you to know I'm not doing matchmaking anymore. And I decided to stop doing matchmaking for the matchmaking company for really a couple reasons. The first one is that it was taking all of my time, full time, way more than I thought it was going to take. And it was really fun, and I found a lot of great matches. But the second reason I decided to stop doing the matchmaking gig was because I met some amazing people, but I have to say, there were just a ton of people on the matchmaking site, clients that all of the matchmakers were given that were really not ready for a match. What they really needed was some coaching or some counseling. And I feel bad saying that, but it's really the truth. They had completely unrealistic expectations about what they brought to the table versus what they wanted. And it just got to be not what I wanted to do. I like to coach people so that they can have the most success in finding true love. And I want to work with people who are really able and willing to work on themselves, ready and willing to recognize that they need to change a few things and not just feel like they can pay for whatever they want. So again, I met some great people and I made some great matches. I think there's going to be a wedding soon for one of the earliest ones that I did. But I just have to say, in the year plus that I did matchmaking, it was a lot of setting up dates and a lot of listening to people complain about the most really absurd things about their date. And I knew they weren't really ready to date. So I'm dedicated to helping you be ready to date. So last week I just talked to you about having hope, even though it can be hard to come by when you've tried a lot of things and time has gone by, you don't really have what you want. So I understand that. I want you to hold on to hope, even in the face of evidence that finding your true love is not here and might be harder than you think. I'm here to tell you it doesn't have to be hard. And I just want to talk to you about some tips that I think will help you. And I've learned this over many years in watching the people that easily attract dates and mates versus the people who don't get past the first date. And, I just have to tell you, one of the things that comes down to is not being grateful for the love that you already have in your life. And read my blog and you'll see a little bit more about that. Number two is not putting out the right vibe energetically. I talk about energy, and I'm not talking about whether you have energy to do things. I'm talking about how you come across to people. And this is so, so important. I meet nice people who have really terrible energetic vibes sometimes when they first meet you. You can immediately see that they're not going to smile. They are not going to be warm. They are not going to be friendly because they don't know you. And you have to make all of the effort to be those things. You have to be approachable. You have to be warm. You have to be friendly. And then if you work at it, you can get them to open up, relax, get into their body, and, share some conversation with you. But I see this all the time. This is actually happening to me right now with a service person that I recently changed. And she's a very nice woman. But every time I walk in to the place of business for this particular service, I have to warm her up all over again. And frankly, she just comes across as guarded, not smiling, not interested in whether you're there or you're not there. Not a good trait. Not a good trait for somebody who's charging for a service that you're there to take advantage of. So again, approachability. Really ask your friends and family, do I have resting sad face? Do I have resting mad face? Do I just have resting very unfriendly, unapproachable face? not going to serve you well. It's okay. The world is full of nice people. I know there are lots of people that aren't, but you need to think about the world is full of nice people. They're just like you and me. They want a friendly face. It's not going to hurt you to smile at them. It's not going to hurt you to look like they could say hello without you having a bad reaction to it. Listen, ladies who are watching this video, I'm going to tell you, for a lot of guys, it takes a lot of courage to approach a strange woman and talk to her, say hello, and think of something to say that you'd really like to get to know her or ask her out for a date, even if it's just a coffee. That takes a lot of courage. Really, I want you to think about that. And if you don't give these guys a little bit of a signal that you're not going to bite their head off or not going to just be so unpleasant that they're going to sulk away from you. I mean, I teach women, learn how to flirt a little bit, learn how to smile, learn how to look at someone for just a couple of extra seconds to give them a clue that you might be interested too. I don't believe in having women, heterosexual women, ask men out. I just don't believe that that works. But there are a lot of people who would disagree with me, so that's okay. You have to think about this, though. If you're a woman and you would really like him to ask you out, which most of us do, then what signal can you give that it's okay to approach you? It's okay to say hi. My name is so-and-so. I noticed your beautiful smile from across the room, or whatever the guy's going to say. I mean, give them a break. This is hard stuff. I know I'm glad I'm the woman and I can just wait to be asked out. That is before I was married. But single women, give these guys a little bit of a break. Give them a clue that it's okay. They can come and ask you out. So that's really what I wanted to talk to you about today is ask your friends, ask your family, what kind of vibe am I giving off? I mean, if you go out with someone and they're not interested, maybe you should say, be honest with me. What energetic vibe did I give you? Did I give you the wrong impression? I'm really a warm, nice, wonderful, friendly person. Did I come across as something other than that? And I will just say, I have also met women who are way over the top, in your face, friendly, smiling, talking a mile a minute. Listen, don't do that. That's overwhelming for anybody. And it's especially overwhelming for guys. You don't have to talk a mile a minute. You don't have to know everything about them on date one. You don't have to go on a marathon date of 3, 4, 5 hours. In fact, I suggest you don't do that. Don't you want them to want more? So have a first date. Don't make it hugely long. End the date so that they can walk away curious about all those things that you didn't get a chance to talk about. And so they want to ask you about on a second date and a third date. It's okay to get to know each other slowly. But again, the one thing I want you to have is that approachability factor. And that's about your energy. If you have all your walls up, it shows. Trust me, it shows. I can see it in the women that are not getting a second date. I can see it in the women that I have worked with, especially in the matchmaking service, who just are never going to get past that first introduction because they come across with such baggage, such walls up, or such overly excited getting to know you that it wears the person out. So there are really kind of two ends to this. So find the middle ground, find what's important, and that is to be approachable enough to get asked out on a date, right? Because this is your year for love. You totally deserve love. You can have love, and I want you to try and take that on. I want you to try and accept that you're worthy of love, you deserve love, it can really happen for you. And so I'm giving you these tips now. I really want you to take them seriously, especially about your energetic vibe that you're giving off. Okay, we're still in January, so I can still say Happy New Year. I hope this year is going great for you. See you soon. Gayla Wick, Denver Love Coach.